a Bengal and Bihar. Bengal and Bihar state in that region, peasants, farmers, workers, how they are participated in the this revolutions we discussed. Now, in the second block, page number 67, the freedom struggle in Northeast India. Page number 67, 6.4, the topic, freedom struggle in Northeast India. Freedom struggle in Northeast India. So how the part of during this period, different peasants, different tribals, different farmers are fighting against the British policies, as well as the contemporary to the national movement also going on. For the independence, for the freedom, many patriots, many nationalists were fighting for freedom also. So during that period in Northeast India, like Assam Association, like previous we discussed in the Birsa Munda revolt also in Bengal presidency, Chota Nagpur plateau, like tribal, due to the annexation of tribal lands by the British, and the traditional Jum cultivation, Podu cultivation was disturbed by the Britishers. That's why most of the Jharkhand, Chota Nagpur plateau farmers they have to fight against the British. We discussed in the last class. Now the freedom struggle in Northeast India, the part of freedom struggle, and also the Assam Association, Sarvajanik Sabha. Assamese, they formed the association Sarvajanik Sabha. It believed that addressing the public opinion through petition and memorandum. So not take as a agitation. You know that the national leaders during the period of first phase of national movement, all in the peaceful activities like satyagraha, truth, non-violence, like a moderate period. So if you take the violent that agitation, the British people can suppress with the police force. That's why Assam Association, they have to started the supporting of freedom struggle also. So this Assam Association came into forefront in 1903. Leading members of this association, Manik Chandra and Manik Chandra Baru, Jagannath Baru, and Ranjit Raja Prabhat Chandra Barish, Faizamar Ali. These are the leaders of Assam state who take the agitation against the British rule, British policies, and British revenue policies. So that is the reason the taxation, which was forcible taxes were collected, forcibly collected the taxes from the peasants. Like many, more than 20 type of taxes are collecting, like land revenue and forest product usage, and these all. So in Assam state, Assam Association was taking the agitation for the supporting of national leaders also. And this association successfully fought for Assam representation in the legislative councils and newly formed state, Eastern Bengal and Assam. Means northeastern states, that region completely covered with hilly area, terrace farming, coffee, tea gardens were mostly crop, jute crop also produced in the Assam and Bengal region. So Commercialization of agriculture is the main reason for to taking the agitation by all the farmers. In Bengal, 1911, Assam became a chief commissioner's province with their own legislative council. Okay, so after this, during the this moment only, Khalifa movement also taken place. You know that national movement, Khilafat movement also this period only done. In Turkey region, in Turkey country, Muslims, when the London, England was occupied the Turkey territories, then Turkey people are fighting against British authority. So Khalifa belongs to Turkey, and as well as Indian Muslims also they supported them. So that is a reason the Khalifa movement also, Khilafat movement also in 1920s was done, the non-cooperation movement. The same period, the northeastern region, Assam and Bengal, that region also, peasants and workers are supported to the national leaders to change the revenue and economical and revenue policies to reduce the reduction of taxes and to remove the forest conditions which was occupied by the Britishers. Okay, the next in 1926, the Indian National Congress had its session was held in Guwahati under the leadership of Pokan and Bardolai. So in this movement also, Congress Working Committee in 1926, they conducted the session. In that session, they gave support to the regional issues, like farmers, peasants, agriculture labor, and tribals. What are the problems are facing? They got full support by Indian National Congress Party also. For the support of INC, Indian National Congress Party, the tribal chiefs also continued their agitations. Okay, then like Mr. MD Tayyabullah and Ambi Girijar Rai Chaudhary, they are leading that movement. Next, Rani Gaidinlu, also one of the leader in like Mizoram, Nagaland region. Rani Gaidinlu was the Rangamai Naga spiritual and political leader who organized the armed resistance against the British authority. She asked for people, she mobilized the people to stop the paying of taxes in the northwest region, in the northeastern states, not to pay the taxes, any kind of taxes to the British. And she was launched the heroic insurgency against them. She she integrated the tribal movement with the civil disobedience. Means we are discussing the tribal and peasant movements in India. Topic in modern India: peasants and tribals, agriculture laborers, how fought against the British. And similarly, the continuing the national movement. So Indian National Congress leaders are they supported to the local issues to solve the local problems what are facing by the people. So during this period, Rani Gaidinlu she was a Naga race and Mizoram region. She was done Nagaland, Mizoram region, northeastern region. She was part. So this time, Indian National Congress Party leading that 1930s, 1930 civil disobedience movements also going on similarly. So Congress leaders supported to this movement. Next, the many of the association were executed. Jawaharlal Nehru, or the title of Rani. She appreciated them. He appreciated to the woman leader, and also Gaidinlu. After independence, also she was released the latter government. So British government was arrested. Rani Gaidinlu was arrested and kept into jail and prison. Then Bhushan Award also. Other important leaders, freedom movement in Assam, Anaga land, this region. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, who later became the president, and Deveshwar Sharma, Siddhinath Sharma, and also uh, some Bijoy Chandra Bhagavati, etc. They also supported the these tribal issues to solve the against the British policies. The next Quit India movements also. This time also some other contemporary to the Quit India movement also some another movements also done like in a Naga movement, Mizo movements. Assam, these were Rani Gaidinlu was fought in Assam state and Mizoram and Nagaland also tribals. The Naga and Mizo both wanted to revert their pre-colonial political status. I told already many princely states, local kingdoms, local native states were there at the time during the British period. They want to convene the local princes and they continued their revenue and economical policies by the Britishers. So who are not agreed, they fight against the British. So the Naga movement and the Mizo movement also taken place some region in that north Naga hills and that hilly region tribal people. So the main reason for that their food cultivation was disturbed in the northwest region. And mostly the during the period this time only the World War II also during the period of 1942 Second World War is going on in the world. The Britain is participating in the war, and during this time, during that time only in Indians also Quit India movement is going on, and the different parts of the country like Bihar, Orissa, Jharkhand tribals also fighting against the British to solve their traditional and issues and land revenue issues. So these all are happening in the similarly national movement and also tribal also movements also. The British administration formed the Naga Hills District Councils in 1945 April. Means some officers also supported to the natives to solve. They are concentrated to solve their local issues. Okay, in the eve of Indian independence, Naga movement for session gained momentum under the command of Naga leader Angami Japu Fiso. Angami Japu Fiso was the leader of Naga movement for the independence Nagaland and president of Naga National Council. They set up one council to solve the native problems of Nagaland region. So like that, the British was intervened and to appointed some specific committees, some organizations to help the natives. Some areas are with where not convene the native chiefs with heavy police force, with heavy British police force. It was suppressed by the British. So like this, these two major national, and during this time only 1946, after the ending of the World War II, the famine was taken place in the Mizo region. And that time the British officials appointed the famine commissions, like a Strachey and some other commissions also there. The Bengal famine and Orissa famine during that period in Mizoram also on drought severe famine was occurred in the Mizoram region. So Mizo National Famine Front they appointed and to they took survey and public opinion to resolve their problems of Mizoland peoples. Okay, the next we another block which is block 3, third chapter, peace and revolts, some other areas in a Bengal region. In 77 page number, Indigo and Pabna revolts of Bengal and Bihar. Bengal and Bihar region. Indigo plantations, more crop production was going on in Assam and Bengal region. So indigo is a allied products of textile industry, which is more useful for colorful cloths to manufacturing the textile industry, applying of colors used by the indigo. The indigo, the famous indigo plantations were there in a Bengal region. Bengal means that during that time, East Bengal, the Bangladesh also part of Bengal. So till the 1971, Bangladesh also part of India. So during the period of British, that Bangladesh and now at present one of our state in India, that West Bengal, both are the same and a big state and very conscious and big state, which is a river Ganga entering into the Bay of Bengal. So here the indigo plant is a main very full demand in the England. Textile industry, the applying of color for cloths use this indigo plantations. So due to why this movement was held in Bengal only. Indian agrarian economy suffered very badly due to the oppressive land revenue policies. So whatever the peasants movements were done in India, the major cause is revenue and economical policies and commercialization of agriculture and tax system. So these are the main, but in the different region, different leaders were there. The causes are uniformly only same reasons are there in the most of the peasants were, some areas are the tax system, some areas are the Jamindars policies, some areas of the to land action by the money lenders. Some areas, mostly the lands were occupied by the British. So commonly, these are the main reasons for the land revenue policies. British economic policies only main cause for the all agitations. You remember that whatever the peasants movements, tribal movements are going on due to the British economical policies is the main cause. British economical policies is land revenue, tax system, and commercialization, mercantilism, occupying the forest lands. Tribal people's forest lands were occupied by the British. So that is the reason to fight the British tribals and Indian peasants against the British policies. So mostly in Bengal and Bihar only, again, some of the indigo planters, indigo farmers who are producing the indigo crop, that farmers are formed as an association. They were forced to cultivate the indigo plantations. Earlier, the jowar, bajra, paddy, food crops are mostly producing by the Indians, like grams and food crops, which is related to the daily requirements of the people, like paddy, wheat, paddy, wheat, and some other jowar, bajra, barley. So these are the main crops of Indians, mostly which is for our food requirement, food crops. But unexpectedly, British officials are they are forcibly to force the Indian farmers to cultivate the commercial crops. That food crops are replaced by British. British are the more demand of these crops in England, like a jute, cotton, sugarcane, and also coffee, tea, and pepper, spices. These all are very more demand in England. But in India, that these are all commercial crops. Some here no benefit because market is not there. That market, the India is used as a market and profitable market for England. So that's why the farmers are in the second stage. The Britishers are forcible conversion of Indian agriculture crops. So that indigo plantations in page number 78, indigo revolt in Bengal. Page number 78, indigo revolts in Bengal. So in the year 1777, Louis Bernard, Frenchman, introduced for the first time in Bengal, indigo cultivation. So Indian farmers were introduced to indigo cultivation during the regime of East India Company in 1777. Louis Bernard, Frenchman, introduced for the first time in the Bengal. He was the first indigo farmer of Bengal region. Who is Louis Bernard? Talda, Grej, and Golpura villages near the Hooghly, near the Ganga Valley. Hooghly River, Hooghly is a Bengal region. That region, first indigo plantation were production of agriculture was started by by the Britishers. The district, Hooghly district, became the first center for indigo cultivation. You have to remember this. In Bengal, in West Bengal region, first indigo plantation was started near the Hooghly region. The defeat of Bengal Nawabs, already for the establishment of British power in India, the main first two wars, Battle of Plassey in 1757, Battle of Buxar 1764. These two were major causes to intervene to introduce the East India Company in India. So after introduction of the East India Company, 1764, after the sole masters of Bengal and its natural resources are taken into the British control. They have to took the control of British. During the same time, there was a great demand of indigo in England. Other the European countries also, like French East India Company, Dutch East India Company, all mostly they were causes for the usage of this indigo. But introduction by indigo is mostly in England. But textile industry is a major role was played by the mostly for the benefit of Indian farmers. So during this time only, the textile industry needed the to applying of colors. The indigo crop is more usable. So that is the reason in England, in the world market, where the industries are more in England, it is a more demand to the indigo product, indigo crop. The East India Company officials forced to the Bengal peasants to cultivate the indigo crops. That forcible cultivation was not agreed by the native farmers. The native farmers are the habituated to the food crops, but in the commercialization was not accepted due to the lack of food crops production in India. Again, the scarcity and famines and also droughts also will taken place in India. So mostly in the 24 paraganas of Bengal, West Bengal was like Assam state and a Bengal state region only preferable to cultivate this crop. So mostly Bardwan and Bankura, Birbhum, 24 Paraganas, and this all indigo cultivation was spread by the Britishers. Again, for the lack of economical facility, means who are cultivating that indigo crops, for them, Britishers are economical advances also giving to the Indian farmers. Means they have to get some financial assistance and they have to financial advance like money advance giving to the farmers to cultivate the indigo crops. So that is we called as a dandan. They offered loans. The people, the farmers who are not unable to, due to the economical conditions, the farmers who are not forwarding to cultivate the indigo crop, for them, loan facility provided by the British government. That loan only called as a dandan. Dandan, Dandon. Dandan. Dandan means it is a loan for the Indian farmers. It is a loan for Indian farmers for the commercial for assisting financial assistance to the uh, Indian farmers for the cultivation of indigo. So in mostly they have to for not for free for rate of interest 2.5% of rate of interest on that loan. Peasants who are taking the loan from the bank, the British officials, after harvest, after production of crop, they should repay the again that loan to the British officials. So forcibly they took the loan and to run some rate of interest is. Then if the crop failure, the farmer cannot repay the loan. Then such conditions that money lenders had the right to auction the land. Means the land was occupied by the British officers. The British officer is assisted to the Jamindar. The Jamindar was a tax collecting person between farmer and British government. So Jamindar was auctioned, occupy the farmer land when he could not repay the loan to the British official. The Jamindar will come and occupy the farmer's land. So that is the indigo farmers, the Jamindars of Bengal and Bihar. Some areas were not, they are forcible, but some of the Jamindars, just 5%, 5 to 10% of Jamindars also with a wholehearted supported to the farmers, their conditions. So in the Bengal and Bihar, the Jamindars of Bengal and Bihar also supported the government and its allies. See, only the 5% of Jamindars supported the farmers, but mostly 90% of Jamindars, they supported to the British. Because British government also forcible collection, The Jamindars also forcible to the collection to the Indian farmers. Only 5%, just in the numbers, only that Jamindars were just 1 or 2 persons are supported to the farmers, but mostly 90% of Jamindars, 90-95% of Jamindars were they helped to the British to collect the heavy taxes on Indian farmers. That's why many leaders indigo plantations of the in the British, the Jamindars were also attacked and angry. Bishwant Sardar, Bishwant Sardar was the leader of indigo plantations. Of course, he was after later that moment, he hanged by the British. Uri Shiksha Vidincharu, hanging ఇండిగో ప్లాంటేషన్ తరఫున ఫైట్ చేసినటువంటి బిశ్వంత్ సర్దార్ని ఉరి తీయడం అనేది జరిగింది. దెన్ సమ్ అదర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ లీడర్స్ ఆల్సో దే ఫైట్. ఓకే, దట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ విల్ గివ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియమా తెలుగు మీడియం? ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియమే కదా. Okay, I will give. Right, you have to some other leaders also there in the indigo farmers movements leaders. This one Sardar was hanged by the British, and also other leaders are Kadar Mullah and Digambar Biswas, and also Bishnu Charan Biswas and Rafiq Mondal, Malda. These all inspired and to continue the agitation after the Bishwant Sardar. After hanged, that first leader of the Indigo was hanged by the British. So like that, suppressed by British officials on this Bengal region Indigo agitation. That affects only at present day also in Bengal. One of the dramatic story and historical novels. Authors also they written some scripts in the Bengali cultural organizations. So you know that epics and itihasas also in Indian history, some stories are there, some historical novels are there. Culture also exposed by that books. Culture of India means that language, that way of living style, social and economical conditions are exposed by that books. But in Bengali, after this agitation in 1859, then Dinabandhu Mitra, one of author, he written the drama of Bengali in Bengali language. These incidents, Neel Darpan, that was written by Dinabandhu Mitra. So it was published in the year 1860s in Dhaka, Bangladesh. And Michael Madhusudana Datta translated. Michael Madhusudana Datta was a translator this Neel Darpan book into the English. So what is saying this book? It's a drama like this. How the Bengal people continued their agitation. This was like a drama he wrote. That is converted into translated English. Neel Darpan book was written in Bengali by Dinabandhu Mitra. So this Neel Darpan book was translated to English by Michael Madhusudana Datta. And this English translated book was published by Rev. James Long on a British officer. So that officer was after British government was hanged to imposed on imprison, sent to jail. Okay, so because this book was against to the British, that's why they have to um, arrested. Okay, so these are the indigo plantation movement. So this history was recorded by like R.C. Majumdar and some of the Jagadish Chandra, some historians like Mahatma Gandhi in the way of us of forerunner Mahatma Gandhi, Satyagraha, non-violence philosophy. So Christian missionaries also extended the active support to the indigo farmers. Missionaries also, some of the British officials are supporting to the Indian peasants during these revolts. Okay, so next Pabna peasants revolt in 1873 and some page number 81 we will discuss in the next class. 81 page number Pabna peasants revolt 1873. It will complete tomorrow. I will briefly all explain. So now I will give some important questions. You can write down or some take that material all. Do you have this materials? Any test paper? Yes. So I will use some questions. You can write down or tick. The text paper, the Prasad series one text paper is there. Okay. The test paper only I will give. You can tick it. Essay questions I will give important, but in the short, you have to study. Only essay questions I will give some important because short will come in that is some different way. First, briefly write a note on mercantilism. First question, page number 17 in the test paper. First question. Okay. రాస్తున్నారా ఎవరు దివ్య ఏమా నీకుందా టెస్ట్ పేపరు ఉంటే టిక్ పెట్టుకో లేదంటే రాసుకో అమ్మా ఓకే ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ బ్రీఫ్లీ రైట్ ఏ నోట్ ఆన్ మర్కంటలిజం అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ write a short note. Third question, write a short note on Adam Smith and other European writings on mercantilism. Next, fourth first one is first and third. Fourth one, briefly write a note on company rule. Company rule means East India Company rule. Briefly write a note on British East India Company rule. Next, fifth also. What was the status of textile industry in India? Textile industry in India. Okay. Then seventh question. Discuss the effects of the British land revenue system and agriculture sector in India. Question number 7. Discuss the effects of the British land revenue system and agriculture sector in India. Next, question number 8. Question number 8. Write a short note on commercialization of agriculture and plantation economy. Write a short note on commercialization of agriculture and plantation economy. Yes. Question number 10. Trace out coal rising of Chota Nagpur area. Trace out coal rising of Chota Nagpur area. Question number 10. 11 also. Write about similarities Gadkari and Pikes. 11. And 12. 12 also. Describe the nature and importance of revolts and occurred in between 1763 to 1856. 12. Question number. No PDF. How I can send the PDF? With material లేదా మెటీరియల్ క్వశ్చన్ లేదా క్వశ్చన్స్ టిక్ పెట్టుకోండి దాంట్లో పీడిఎఫ్స్ ఏం లేవు మీకు ఆల్రెడీ మెటీరియల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా ఓకే నెక్స్ట్ 13th క్వశ్చన్ brief about bill and Kohli risings. Question number 13. Essay question. Question number 13. Brief about bill and Kohli risings. 14. Question also. Write the revolts of Kerala Verma, ruler of Kottayam. 14. Question also. 13, 14. Next 16. 16. Nature and importance of revolts that occurred between 1763 to 1765 to 1856. Okay, next. Total 31 questions are there. I will give some. Next to 20. Question number 20. Discuss the greatness of Rane Gaidinlu. Question number 20. And question number 17 also. Okay, sorry. Question number 17 and 20. 17 also. How the northeastern tribes and different from plains tribe. 17 and 20. 21 and 22 also. You can write the number, then after taking the test paper, you can tick it. Or question test paper unte అందులో tick చేసుకోండి. 21, 22. రెండు questions. Naga National Council movement and Jamindars and Indigo Planters Bengal. 2022. Next, Indigo already పెట్టుకున్నాం 22, right? 24. Assess the importance of Pabna Peasants Revolt. Assess the importance of Pabna Peasants Revolt. 24th question. 25. Very, very important. 25. Write a note on Neel Darpan. Write a note on Neel Darpan. 25th question. 25th question. And 26th. 26th, examine the role of leaders in a Mofla outbreak. Mofla outbreak, 26th question. And 27, explain the course of Punapra and Vailar revolt, 27. And 28, చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇవి 25, 26, 27, 28 and 29 తెలంగాణ పీసెంట్స్ ఆర్మల్ స్ట్రగుల్ మనం రేపు చెప్పుకుంటాం క్లాస్ ఇది ఈ తెబాగా తెలంగాణ రేపు చెప్తాం 28 and 29 30 ఎన్జి రంగా 31 31 30 33 briefly explain about radical democratic party 33 and 34 and 37 Dr. B.R. Ambedkar contributions trade union India 37 question and 38 and 40 write a brief note on Nehru report 1928 40 next 42 Mahatma Jyotirao Phule 42 and 43 MK Gandhi Mahatma Gandhi eradications 43 and 44 Dalit movements 45 self-respect movement an important and 46 Sahu Maharaj 47 SNDP 46 47 45 46 47 and Savitri Phule 49 Savitri Phule and last 51 Telangana armed struggle enough long questions enough ఈ లాంగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ కనుక మీరు చదివితే ఆటోమేటిక్గా మీకు మ్యాక్సిమం వస్తాయి బట్ షార్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ని మీరు అన్నీ చదువుకోవాలి షార్ట్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ అని చెప్పలేదు ఎలాగైనా అడగొచ్చు కాబట్టి షార్ట్ అన్ని చదువుకోవాలి ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ మల్టిపుల్ చాయిస్ మీరు దాంట్లో ఉంటాయి టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ కూడా చూడండి మెటీరియల్ చూడండి ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ మల్టిపుల్ చాయిస్ కూడా అందులో చదువుకోండి ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్ దీస్ ఆర్ ఎనఫ్ రేపు మిగతా టాపిక్స్ కొన్ని రేపు చెప్తాం కంప్లీట్ చేద్దాం రేపు లాస్ట్ క్లాసు ఏమా దివ్య నువ్వేందమ్మా నీకు పిక్ చేసుకుంటున్నావా మెటీరియల్ ఉందా ఓకే చూడండి ఓకే రైట్